Well, 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 boils and ghouls, it is definitely my deadlight to be here with an absolute horror legend, Heather Langenkamp. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Glad to be here.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time. Now, you were a part of, actually, a big part of the Never Sleep Again documentary. How was that for you looking back on the legacy that you've left?
You know, I knew that there was a small legacy. You know, 8 films is a lot of movie screen time, and after doing this project, I came away with 2 thoughts, really strong thoughts. One is that Robert Englund is an amazing actor who actually was the key to the success of that whole series. His dedication, his portrayal of Freddy Krueger, and just the personal love that he had for that character. And, you know, he took it so seriously that I really think that it would never have gotten as far as it did without him. And I gained so much respect for him. And then I also really realized that, you know, all of us out there who have dreams, we want to achieve something in our lives. We want to become screenwriters or directors, or we want to become, you know, I don't know, own a business, whatever it could be, is that almost every movie, it demonstrates that if you just believe that you can do it and you put all your effort into it, that you can succeed. And Bob Shea, who was our producer, really literally had his office in the trunk of his car, and just because he believed in Wes Craven, that movie happened. And I hope that message is really obvious after people see the DVD.
Now, of course, you added quite a bit to the series yourself. I mean, really, you are, as far as I'm concerned, the quintessential horror heroine. You really gave Nancy, you know, just a certain strength that really hasn't been seen in horror before then. What were you able to take from your own personality to put into Nancy? What did you bring to her?
Well, I think Nancy's a very loyal person, you know, and I feel like that's something that I have I have a big, strong streak of loyalty. Whenever I know somebody or I care about somebody, it's like I always want to make sure that I can help them and save them and make sure they're not, you know, in any kind of bad situation. So that's probably the most like Nancy that I am. Then I think that she was very courageous in that she didn't run away, and she realized she was a realist. Like, if I'm going to get rid of this guy, I've got to just kind of face it and somehow battle it. I can't just run away or get out the side door. I have to face it. And I think that's the lesson of Nancy, that every kid, and every adult, have a situation in their life when they know they have to face it, they know they got to wake up and deal with it, but they just don't want to. But I think Nancy tells us, do it, deal with it, you know, no matter how afraid of it you are. And I'm not like that. I'm a total procrastinator and also an avoider, but it was easy for me to act that part because I knew that she was an ideal that so many of my friends would have wanted to, you know, be like.
And then, you know, with New Nightmare, you took things to a whole nother level. What was it? What was the challenge? You know, playing Heather, playing Nancy, playing Heather. How was that? As far as, was that yourself? Was that Heather in that movie, or was that kind of a caricature?
Well, I think that you know, I'm the kind of person that if something bad is happening to me, I kind of pretend it's not. And I'm always acting really happy, even though I might not be very happy. And so the Heather Langenkamp in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 7, she really was much more of a woman. She was really feeling everything really deeply. She was knowing that she was in trouble. She was not trying to pretend. She wasn't putting on this happy act. And you know, I think that I tried to portray the most womanly side of me that I haven't yet adopted. I wish I could be like her, but I'm really goofy, and I'm always trying to make a joke out of a bad situation. I would have told Dylan, you know, oh, you know, put your pajamas on and get back to bed. You know, I wouldn't have been sympathetic. I would have handled that situation totally differently.
Well, and of course, you know, here at the Dark Towers, that's what we do best, is make the best out of a bad situation. Now, I know you're very busy, and we're going to let you go, but I have to know, what has been your worst real nightmare?
Well, Freddy has definitely been part of my worst real nightmare. Everyone has bad nightmares. I've been on nightmares where like I get on a roller coaster and never get off, kind of horrible nightmares like that. But then I've had nightmares with Freddy, with that tongue wrapped around my head, and I just can't get it off, and it's just really unpleasant. And I'm kneeling in a fireplace, like trying to find my son, you know, just like terror dreams like that. But Freddy is definitely now part of my dream world. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. And make sure everyone out there, make sure you see Never Sleep Again. It is FANG-tastic, and it's got this lovely lady. So what more do you need?